new friends. I like these little guys. Oh, the birds are flying away.
Adventure down.
Yes.
We give it rest.
God, it shuts off so fast. Gong. There you go.
Look at that.
Yeah. All right, so I don't remember what the last thing is. Wow, that's dusty. That you guys saw, but new injection pump. Kind of hard to see.
Well, that was the most recent thing.
Yeah, the most recent new injection pump has a new radiator. I don't remember if you guys know that or not. And
you want to just go through the parts of what it's been done to it?
Oh yeah, sure, go for it. I like it.
So, the water pump has been changed. The front main seal has been changed. I double checked all the timing back when I first got it, so I did all that stuff and fixed the water pump's leak, oil leak. It was bad. I didn't know what he was doing. Let's see. What else did I do to this truck? Obviously the new radiator, new thermostat.
Oh yeah, new thermostat.
It's got new injectors. Unfortunately, I only have just
the sensor looks new.
I think that.
Did he do that?
I think it's he already had that.
Okay. Yeah.
New injectors, return lines. Obviously the new injection pump. The injection pump's R&D 90cc non-turboed version. The injectors are kind of just a cheapo injector from Pensacola diesel, I think, because that's all I could get at the time. Eventually might change those to some R&D injectors eventually. This one...
Fuel filter.
Fuel filter oil.
Yeah.
And the brakes have been all done.
Oh, that's right.
So
yep, all the brakes.
It's got a new master cylinder in it. It's gotten all the brake fluid flushed. The rear end's been Completely gone through all the fluids and all the diffs and transmissions, and transfer case is all been checked.
Yeah.
Transmission, not transmission. The transfer case has been replaced with a newer year because the case was cracked. Still working on getting the speedometer working again because the gear is all stripped out and I have to order a new one. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so we ain't got no speedo in the bitch.
It worked originally, and I put a new gear on the speedo itself, but the gear
Just stripped off.
from the wire stripped out for some reason. And she still got plenty of oil in it, so it's not burning it very much. At least it's not as bad as I thought. I did go back through when we first got this truck because I knew that head gaskets were probably going to be an issue, and I retorqued all the head bolts.
Yeah, a couple of them were a little loose, but not like
bad.
Not bad. So
there is some seepage on the head gaskets on the external side, mostly right here in this corner, and there's a couple spots maybe on this side underneath the manifolds. Other than that, it's mostly just been cleaning. It's got new coolant, obviously.
Yeah.
New radiator.
Looks like we need to clean this up a little bit, but
terminals
it's not bad.
need to be cleaned. Good news is the head gaskets aren't completely fucked.
Yeah.
It's mostly just maybe some compression loss and
Maybe on like one cylinder, but it's not much.
And only oil that's seeping, and it's not like a whole lot. Coolant's fine. It's been full and there's no mixture of oil and coolant.
No.
And it hasn't gone down at all, so it's been fine. Got electric fuel pump, which will be changed eventually with a better pump. Just running this at the moment. I have the pump, just haven't installed it yet. It's got custom wiring, as in it's got a manual button for glow plugs and starter, because the ignition only works for power on and not starting function.
I think you guys probably saw that before, but maybe not. I'll show you. Those buttons right there. Is it the bottom or the top that turns it over?
The bottom one's the starter, the top one's the glow plugs.
There you go. So, glow plugs, starter.
And I put some aftermarket gauges on it. So.
Oh right. I think they saw that, but I'm not sure.
So oil pressure, water temp, exhaust.
There you go.
And then the normal sensors still work, but obviously I'd rather know what the fuck is going on. I've had two of them come in that have the same fucking problem. So on the differentials,
You can take the camera if you want.
the differentials, the back yoke, or the drive line, that nut that holds that down, I found two of them so far that are loose. So if you ever buy one of these trucks and you got this, 80s, early 90s, I would always check that, just because every single one I've had, majority of them are all loose. And then while you're down there, you should probably even change that seal if it's that style. And then I always like to do fluid changes, but this one's got drums, the original drum brakes, and it also the seals in the drums were bad, so we had leakage coming out onto the brakes. So I had to take the brakes apart, clean them, pull out the hubs, pull out the bearings, and put new seals in and all new fluids.
Yep. So, honestly, the truck has pretty much been almost completely gone through, really.
Yeah, the only
The
only questionable thing is how long this engine will last with the going out head gaskets.
Yeah.
The engine mechanically is fine, just that there is particularly one cylinder that's got low compression, which isn't like a deal breaker or anything.
No, yeah. Yeah, get
So
some new
eventually-
wood for this and
Eventually it'll get done, but the moment it's not going to.
Right.
It's supposed to be the winter truck.
Yeah, the winter truck. It still doesn't have the rear seat in it because the rear seat that came out of it is fucking trashed, so.
Yeah, it was moldy.
Yeah.
When we got this truck, I don't know what happened to it. It was sitting a long time at a shop because the guys that were working on it were trying to get it running, and the injection pump that it had was fucked. They were trying to time it, get it running. There were so many problems with it. So I don't know, but the interior was fucking
Broached.
yeah. The only thing that was savable was the rear seat. No, was it? No, it was the front seat and the carpet.
Yep.
I had to completely disassemble everything in the interior, minus the dash, and I pulled the seats out, pulled all the headliner was full of nests. Even had like some kind of towel pushed up in a hole that was made. I don't know. So ripped all that, I cleaned it all out. I touched up some paint spots that were some like I think some adhesive that was left, so I scraped that off and just give it a quick rattle can spray for right now, so it looks all kosher.
Yeah, I couldn't even be anywhere near the shop when he was doing that because my allergies and mice do not get along.
It's a little dirty right now.
You can see how sun worn that the seat is.
The seat's okay. It just looks.
Oh, it's fine. It just
sun bleach.
sun bleach. There we go.
It doesn't got the red color in it anymore.
No.
Which is fine. It's not a big deal. But for right now, that's what we're rolling with.
Yep.
Eventually, my plan is to find some bucket seats, hopefully red color,
Yeah.
and then push this seat to the back, because, I mean, I don't really need to get another fucking bench seat.
No.
But some bucket seats, individuals that you can adjust, and then a center console, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I want. And then eventually figure out what I'm going to do for the headliner. Because the carpet's still good. A lot of the color came back after we vacuumed and carpet cleaned the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Had to pull everything out to do it all because it was like bad. I pulled all the trim pieces, like all these pieces up here, and just cleaned everything I could possibly reach. I mean, it was bad enough. There was dead mice down into the fucking frame of this fucking truck, like dead carcasses.
Yeah, it was bad.
So, but yeah, other than that, I mean,
mechanically she seems all right. So
yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with the tranny or anything like that. So I guess it is missing that, but
you know, other things.
yeah. I mean, just touch up things, but
Yeah. So, and then I guess the major thing right now is the fuel tank problem.
oh yeah, because it leaks when you park on a hill.
No, well, the rear tank, yes, but it's been drained down enough that it won't do that right now.
Well, not right now, but
But yeah, the rear tank, the guy cut a hole, obviously, for the spindle well, but they also took out some more to get to the sending unit. And I don't know what they did, but the sending unit seal is not sealed all the way, so rainwater and
everything.
and fuel. I filled it up once and parked it in a slope with the ass end up, and it was just draining the fuel out. So I am only using the front tank at the moment, and the front tank's got problems too. I don't know how many gallons it is. It is a dual tank system, so I'm gonna guess it's probably like 16, 18.
They use
and
like 14 to 19, so who the fuck knows?
So I'm only getting like, I think last time I filled up I got 12, almost 13 gallons in it, and the time before that was like 13 plus gallons out of it before it started causing air bubbles in the system again.
Well, it's at least 16 then.
Something's up with that tank in the way of the fuel level. So
Oh yeah, the flow.
yeah, so plans on upgrading the fuel system to be single tanked and not dual tank with extra bullshit.
Dual tank, you know, mid 80s Ford bullshit.
Yeah, because every vehicle I have except for this one actually works.
Yeah.
This is the only one that works, and I don't want to use the rear tank. So our plan, at least for either this truck or that truck, the fuel tank out of the parts truck, the 2003 Ford F-350 over there,
Has a beautiful tank in it.
has a very nice tank in it that I'm planning on pulling out and seeing if I could possibly use it in either one of these trucks.
Yep. So it's either going to go
And if
in
it
the
does-
little workhorse or it's going to go in the daily driver truck work thing.
Yeah. So either that tank, if it fits, it's either going to go in one of these two trucks, and
Yep.
if it fits, plans on getting another one just like that one.
For whichever truck
The other
didn't get it
truck
first.
didn't get it, won't get it.
Yep.
Get rid of the fucking dual tank bullshit.
Yeah. Fuck dual tanks. There's always so many problems with them.
There was a guy that had a truck that he's working on right now that he was planning on keeping at least the rear tank and then doing a bigger tank, front tank. But instead of having the dual tank set up, they would use a switched pump that would pump from the rear tank into the main tank.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now.
So, yeah. All right. Well, let's start it and